Ladies and gentlemen, this is the All Pro podcast, and we have a very special guest with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome the great Taj Gray.
How y'all doing? What's going on?
All right, man. Taj, what's up, man?
Nothing, man. Getting older, just working, staying low key. Trying to uh keep myself going.
I
That's
heard
about
that
it.
that's that. Oh, you said the key word, getting older. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we're looking at a lot of your stuff, bro. And like I said during the break, bro, you have a very impressive set of accolades, my man. Bro,
Appreciate it.
listen at what
Appreciate
you
it.
did, bro. Do you know what you did? Li-
I know a little bit of it.
yeah, look at him trying to be modest, y'all. All defensive team in 2006, player of the year '06, two-time first team All Big Ten '05, '06. Look at this guy, man. This was the National Junior College Player of the Year runner-up, Big Ten Newcomer of the Year
Mhm.
'05, and Mr. Kansas basketball, bruh.
Yeah.
When you present your resume to teams or something like that, I mean, are you elated of your accomplishments at all?
I wouldn't say elated. Um, I think I say more blessed and humbled.
Okay.
Because I've been able to play so long, and I've been able to be around such great people, coaches and other players that, I've learned from or got a chance to play against or play with that. Like I said, man, I just look at it as a blessing, man. Nothing more than that. I love what I've been able to do, how far I've been able to go, the place I've traveled. So I wouldn't, elated is kind of much for me. I wouldn't say that personally, but I'll try to stay with, definitely humbled and blessed.
Amen, bro. I like that answer. So your road, your
Mhm.
road to get to where you wanted to be was not the easiest. What was the hardest part of your journey?
Uh, it's different parts of it that make it, I guess say difficult. Um, but my road has always been one of just hard work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I wasn't one of those kids that went straight from high school to D1, and all that. I had to take the junior college route, of course. And it just, I think it made me appreciate, what I've been able to accomplish over the years. You know what I mean? So going through JUCO is different, man. You don't get the best of everything. You grow up fast. And I've always said, either you're gonna grow up and get through junior college or you're gonna fall to the wayside. It's just kind of how junior college is. And for me, I was able to get through it. Um, but I appreciate every part of it, everything that I've been through. And we're here now, years later, looking back on what I've been able to do and appreciate what I've been able to accomplish.
Amen. So let's talk about the JUCO versus D1. Was
Hmm.
the camaraderie uh how different is the camaraderie through both divisions? I mean, did you have is it easier? Is the camaraderie better in D1 or is it the camaraderie the better in JUCO or is it the same?
I want to say maybe JUCO, as far as the camaraderie goes, you're probably a little bit closer because of the circumstances you're in. You're not in a big city, you're in a real small town. It's
Mhm.
not much to do, if anything to do. You don't have a lot of places to go. So 98% of your day is with your teammates.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, even if it's just maybe one or two of you guys, you're always with each other 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So you're a lot closer. You have a lot better relationship with guys. The difference, going to D1 is you're in a bigger city. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more to do, technically, a lot more places to go. You meet a lot more different people. So you get a lot, you gather a lot of different friends, that may not just play sports. You may just be friends with regular students or You know, they may be in fraternities or sororities, and you meet different people. So, like I said, I'd say the camaraderie is a lot closer in junior college than it is D1.
I think I feel where you're coming from on that. I mean, it's more of a family. It feels like
Yeah,
more family than it
right,
does
right.
when you once you start leveling up. If I
Yeah,
could use that term.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. It's a different feel. You know what I mean? Like you just when you get to that D1 level, man, it's kind of like a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
just like I said, you don't get the best of everything, but once you cross over and you get to that D1 level, and you blessed enough to be at like a Power Five conference, it's like you appreciate everything, you embrace everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The play in the big arena and the practice facilities and the school itself, how big it is, and all that kind of stuff, man. You embrace stuff a lot more. And I feel like
Mhm.
I could be wrong for saying this, but I feel like guys that come from junior college to Division 1, um, they have a lot more. I'm not going to use the word respect. I'm gonna have. They say I have a lot more of um, care about being where they're at because they understand where they've came from and what they've
Right.
had to go through. So
Yeah. So I think you're trying to say more ambition and more hunger and more humble
yeah,
at the
what I'm saying, a
same
lot of
time.
guys. Yeah, when you come from JUCO, man, them guys are hungry, man.
Yeah.
They're hungry. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different kind of focus for them.
Yeah.
About where they're trying to get to and what they're willing to go through and the work they kind of put in.
Okay. Uh, your fondest memory in JUCO.
Oh man,
If you
that's
got
a
a couple
tough
of them,
one,
go ahead and
man. We
shoot.
got so many, man. We got a
Yeah.
lot. I had a
Hey,
lot,
hey,
bro.
hey.
I had a
We got
lot
as
of
long as
tough.
you want to. So go ahead and shoot. Just tell me, and I'm interested in it.
Um,
Go ahead.
fondest memory. Dang. I'm gonna throw one out there.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw one out there. Getting to the national tournament, I would say the second year around.
Okay.
Um, the first year, I felt like we kind of let ourselves down. We played great through the regular season. I want to say we lost maybe like one game,
Okay.
and we got to the national tournament and we lost our first two games there, and we were out like after the second day. You know,
Mm,
two games that we should have won.
mm.
So I say that next year, getting back to the national tournament and just having a whole different kind of focus for the tournament, for our games, and then getting all the way to the national championship and not playing so well. But I think that just that mentality from the first year to the second year is probably one of the memories one of the things I remember most about that year. Guys came in and were a lot more focused. We were a lot more determined to kind of redeem ourselves as far as what we did last year in the tournament, and we did that. Now we didn't
Okay.
finish how we wanted to, but I think you know we got to where we wanted to be, and one of those things happened. We didn't shoot very well. I think that's what killed us. We weren't able to shoot the
Yeah.
ball at all. I think we were terrible from the field, but a few shots going for us, that game's a totally different game.
Okay. So yeah, that was my next question. What went wrong? Was it shooting, or was it? I you would know better than I would. What I mean, you said it was bad shooting those two games.
Man, we couldn't
What
hit a shot.
is that
we
right?
couldn't hit it. We couldn't hit a shot, man.
Yeah. Was it?
We
I
couldn't.
mean,
It,
was it just an off night, or I mean,
it was, man. It was an off night. Like everybody was missing. I want to say, man, I think I had high with 11 points. Yeah, I think I had high with I could be wrong, but yeah, we didn't play offensively. We didn't do very well. We just couldn't hit anything. It's one of the things you can't control. Some nights you're gonna be on, some nights we're gonna be off, and unfortunately, that game we were off. I think we
yeah.
played okay defensively.
Okay.
But give credit to them. Southeastern Iowa, they were tough. And I think every time we kind of made a little bit of a run, they hit a big shot. They ran their offense to a T and they got a big shot, and every time they needed one, they hit it, and we just really couldn't get over that hump.
Oh my gosh! Oh
Yeah,
gosh, bro! I played point guard in high school, and when I didn't hit a shot, I let the whole team know about it, man.
yeah,
I'd be upset because I'd be upset at them because I was missing shots.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I
But
couldn't
it's
do
hard,
that.
man. You can't control how good you're gonna shoot at night. In certain games, it is what it is. You got to have short term memory, and you miss one, you worry about the next one. So.
Amen. So let's go over to your Oklahoma years.
Mhm.
Your Tell us about the best game you played and the worst game you played at Oklahoma.
Damn, we could just stay with the best game. We ain't go to the worst game. Dang, you know what I'm saying? Like we cool with the best game. We leave it at that, bro. No, I'm start with the worst game I played.
Okay.
The worst game I played, I played bad, but we lost, and it was the last game of my college career. It was in the national tournament, NCAA tournament. It was the first round against Wisconsin, Milwaukee. And this is a game. Honestly, this is a game that we should have beat them by 30. I ain't gonna sit there and go. We should have blew them out. But I couldn't really get going. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get going offensively. I caught 2 quick fouls in the first half, so I had to sit. Came back in the second half. I think I picked up another quick foul. So it just, man, and then I ended up fouling out that game.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. And they played good that game. They were beating us, and having to go back to the bench and just sit there and couldn't go back in. I remember just watching the clock go down and down, and then the feeling of not being able to go back out there. Like, yeah, that was my worst game. That was definitely my worst game, man. And then knowing that it wasn't going to be a next year, there wasn't going to be a next game. This is the last time I'm gonna wear Oklahoma jersey. Like all that just kind of comes into play when you're sitting there, and once that buzzer goes off, it's like,
Bro,
you know,
on
you
your
got
senior year.
yeah,
Your
you
senior year
gotta
too.
right. You gotta hold it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a hard one. But my best game, if you want to go stat, you know what? I'm not gonna go stat wise. I'm gonna go my best game stat wise. We lost, so I'm gonna go a game that we actually won and I played well. We played Cal State Northridge my junior year, and the funny thing was they were actually beating us. And I don't know, I caught fire like in the second half, and I think I ran off at the end. I had 29 points, 14 boards, and maybe like 5 blocks, I think, something like that. And came back on. I had a nasty dunk in that game too. Yeah, I had a nasty.
Because I gotta see.
Yeah, it's actually it's not on YouTube, but I think. No, I have a highlight tape, and it's not even on that either. I have to find the tape. I know I got DVD somewhere.
You got to do better, bro, because I want to see that.
Yeah, it's fun. I got a lot of like little, highlights, but I don't have all my games. So man, I talked to Oklahoma, like, give me them games back, man.
We got
download some of them games for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was your best game.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of it, once you heard that buzzer go off and you realized you weren't gonna be playing with the Sooners anymore, then what?
The focus becomes on what's next. The next step, and the next step was the NBA.
Okay.
That was that's always been the goal through my career, was to get there. But that at that moment, it was like, all right, well, let's put our focus towards this and let's try to make this happen.
Okay. So you didn't get drafted.
No.
How come, bro? How come?
I don't know.
Because this is a mystery to me. This is one of the biggest mysteries in NBA history. How did you not get drafted?
Man, the NBA is it's political and it's all about business. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at the time that I was in, 2006 draft, I know the thing at that time was to try to get the next Dirk Nowitzki. He had just won that the year before, and the European, big man that could step out and hit the three and dribble and all that. That was kind of what everybody was shooting to go get. So I remember in my draft, Like I remember going to the second round. That's pretty much all they drafted was like European players. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
I don't know, and it's crazy because it's a lot of guys that I know that went to other big schools that had great careers at their school. They didn't get drafted either. I remember Terrence Dials was a person that didn't get drafted from Ohio State. I'm not saying the either. So if he sees this, like I'm not saying the Ohio State. I hate that. It's Ohio State. Like they don't say the in front of Ohio State. Like y'all quit doing that. But he was one that is a guy that didn't get drafted. I thought should have. Alan Ray out of Villanova was another one that I felt like he should have been drafted. Had a great career at Villanova. Just a long list of guys, you know what I'm saying, that I
Yeah.
feel like really didn't get their shot to be in the league. So, but that's one thing I know of that it was, trying to get the next big time European player that was the start of it. And so, I feel like a lot of guys got left out that should have had real shots at getting to the league because of that.
Right. And I agree. I mean, if anything, the European players are going to what's the word I use? They're going to be a staple in the NBA somewhere on the bench or just a
Yeah,
role player. So I
right.
guess that's what that was about. But uh, explain how not getting drafted motivated you.
That's kind of how I've always been.
Yeah.
I've never been the person growing up that uh, you know people really thought was going to be, you know, something special as far as basketball goes. It was kind of like everybody I was around was kind of getting that support from everybody, in the city and family and friends. So I was always kind of the one that was, they say, hey, Taj is a nice kid. He's, we love him, but baby basketball, I don't know. So I've always kind of had to motivate myself to keep going, in the game. And for, to get to that point, it was hard. I wouldn't say it was hard, but I think I was pissed off.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so for me, it really wasn't anything new to kind of try to use that as motivation.
I
I
get you.
just said, you know what? Okay, this has always been my road that I've always had to take throughout my career. So this is just, this is something else I got to go through again. So let's just go ahead and whatever I have to do to get there, and whatever work out or whatever I have to do to try to make this happen. Let's do it. But
So
it was
this
nothing new for me to try to
right.
have that hard road.
So this really wasn't nothing new to you not getting drafted. You had hard work ahead of you, and you just
Yeah,
stuck your head down there and went.
right. I think it was hard for me because at that time too, nobody really knows this, but I was kind of being told that I was going to go first round to New Jersey. So
Okay.
when that happened, I was kind of like, ah, damn, here we go. So I was supposed to. I think at that time, New Jersey had 2 picks in the first round. They had they had the number 22 pick and the number 24 pick.
Okay.
And
Hold it
so,
right there. Hold it
yeah,
right there. That year when
mhm.
you got you were supposed to get drafted by who did they pick above you? Who did they pick before you?
They picked Rajon Rondo, Josh Boone, Marcus Williams, um, Rudy Gay. Uh,
Okay,
I'm trying to see.
here's my question, Taj. Who did the Nets pick before they picked you? Because I got questions.
The pick. So who New Jersey picked instead of me was Josh Boone.
No disrespect to him, but bro, I seen some of your footage, bro.
And some foreign guy they picked too. It's him
Yeah,
and some foreign guy they picked above me.
you don't even remember it. So
Yeah, no, right, exactly. I don't know.
you don't even remember him. So we'll move on. So wow, the Nets. That's why they having bad luck these days. So
Yeah.
You go over you. I see the Kings. Uh, they this is what this the same thing with the Kings. The Kings and the Nets. You know what I'm trying to say, bro?
Right. I know you go with
Yeah,
this. I know
yeah.
you go.
Why didn't these clowns give you a contract?
So okay. So let me tell this story. So I got on with the Kings for summer league.
Right,
But and this is probably my first. This is my first introduction to the business side of the NBA. So I went to Sacramento. I
okay,
tried out for the summer league team with everybody else. I made the team, but so I think we had total going to summer league. We had probably about 11 or 12 guys, which is a normal roster.
right.
Now, if you remember, that's the same year that Ron Artest was trying to make his way back to the NBA.
Yeah, I do. I remember.
So check this out. So we go to summer league. They tell us, hey, Ron Artest is going to come play. He's just going to play a few minutes. He's just trying to get back in the game shape, and like, okay, no big deal, whatever. Come to find out, not only did he play, if you remember, Kevin Martin played.
I do remember Kevin Martin, the light skinned assassin.
Right. He played in summer league, which I don't know. Mind you, these is like vet guys playing. Why are you in summer league? So our
Right,
starting five was Ronnie Price, who was
right,
played the year or two before with Sacramento.
right.
Kevin Martin. I don't know if you remember Francisco Garcia.
I do remember Francisco Garcia.
Right. Ron Artest and who was it? Lua Munson.
Munson, I remember Munson.
That's the starting five.
That was your starting five.
Yeah.
So
Plus the other, mind you, plus the other 12 guys on the bench. So we had Pooh Jeter,
okay,
myself, Yimmy Nicholson.
okay.
Trying to see who else on the team. I'm going blank right now. We had a bunch of other guys. A bunch of other guys that played on the team. I think we had we had a bunch of other guys, but yeah, it was like them guys taking up all the minutes, so everybody else was kind of getting like spot minutes here and there. So
Yeah.
we had just a hell of people, and then you had like all these vet guys playing. Like, so that was, like I said, that was my first introduction to the business side of the NBA and how they kind of do stuff. And so that's kind of how that went. They ended up keeping Pooh Jeter and Lewis Munson. Those are the two that they signed.
Okay. Over you again.
Shout out, those are my guys, though. Lewis Munson and Pooh Jeter, those are my guys, though, man.
Yeah.
So I was proud of them, and I was glad to see they had some NBA careers and still doing well.
We'll move on because it gets me heated to hear you say these. And I'm like you said, hey, mad props to them.
Yeah.
So after the Kings thing didn't fall in, which sucked. Kings. Who was the GM at the time?
Oh man, who was it? I don't even remember who was GM at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember who it was.
I don't know if it was Vlade Divac, but he know better. Well, he know better. But so you go to you didn't get that contract. So where did you go after that?
That's when I went. That's my first year overseas. I was in France. I was in a town called Cholet.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I see right here. Is this the season where you put that 22 and 11 on them? Or
No, that was
the next season?
that was my rookie year. That was my rookie year.
Okay.
I think I averaged like 15 or 16 that year. I was leading scorer on my team. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but my boy, he looked at some of your stats, and he said he seen a season where you had 5 blocks per game. So tell me about that. I mean, he has his research, and I have mine. Matter of fact, let me see where this guy is.
Okay.
All right. All right, I sent him the invite again. So he was so excited to talk to you. But anyway, You go overseas your first year, and you show out over there for a little bit.
Yeah.
What was the vibe like over there, bro?
It was cool. Like after, I mean, at first it was like I remember coming from the airport. Like I had this. I remember we're driving to the city, and I remember I was looking out the window, like I can't just go home if I want to. Like I'm stuck. Like you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
I'm looking like I'm really far away from home. Like just ain't nobody here to speak English. I'm far away from. I can't call nobody. Like I'm really, yeah, I'm out here. But at first it was. I admit it was a little rough. Of course the rules are different, and like I say you're far away from home, which I've never had an issue with that. Like I've always wanted to go away from home, and even with
right,
college, so I never that really wanting to go back home never really hit me. But
right,
um, at first it was a little rough, a little rocky because you're trying to figure out, you know, the rules and your teammate, and of course it's like a language barrier there that I got to learn during practices and stuff. But after a while, getting used to it, man, basketball is basketball. You know, I
yeah,
think that's the thing that connects everybody. We all play basketball, and we'll figure it out. You know,
right,
but off the court, you know, I think your teammates, anybody that knows plays overseas, understands like your teammates really, you know, make or break the year for you.
right,
You
right.
know,
So
either you're
yeah,
gonna love your teammates or you're gonna hate them. You know what I'm saying? But my teammates are great, man. We hung together. I was fortunate enough to we had a couple coaching changes during the year, and so we brought in a couple new Americans, and
okay,
so we got to the point we would always hang out. You know, one of my guys got hurt, but they kept him there with his family, so he would always barbecue and cook, and we go over there and
nice.
play. Yeah, we play Uno and you know whatever else all the time every day. So we all got along, man, and we got along with our our French guys as well. So it was my first year was great, man.
Yeah. So you didn't witness too much bigotry there, did you?
No, no.
Okay, good.
That's one of the things where I have before and
Right.
on different teams. I've seen my fair share of things happen. Um, but my first year, no, I really didn't. I didn't see any of that, man. We all got along. The city I was in really loved us, really supported us. So uh, I started off on the good foot, man. I was really lucky, and like I said, my first year was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Well, I mean, how did if when you were faced with that type of adversity as far as bigotry goes, how'd you deal with
The best way you can,
it?
I mean, there's if there was one way to deal with it, I would say it, but different situations, you just have to kind of maneuver your way around it
Yeah,
and get through it.
yeah.
I've been in a situation that pops in my mind now. We were actually in I want to say Russia or somewhere, and we were playing and we are beating the team, and they start chanting out like calling us monkeys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
thank God we didn't retaliate and start talking crazy back to the crowd or whatever. We just kind of finished the game and heard him, got in the locker room and left. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But things like that, and I've been in a game where people started throwing rocks and firecrackers on the court at us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was kind of a scary moment at first because we didn't know what it was. We just heard a bunch of popping. I'm seeing smoke and stuff hit the ground, and so I remember I looked over. My teammate had jumped out of his seat, and I looked over. He's already in the locker room in the tunnel. So I'm like, I'm getting
Hey,
ready. I'm jumping up to follow him. So, but things like that, man, it just you have to play it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like how you handle it is, however you handle it. When the
yeah.
situation happens, you do whatever you feel is necessary at the time. So
Okay, yeah, I don't blame him for darting off to the tunnel. I don't blame him at all. So you
right.
played for a lot of teams overseas.
hmm
Which one was your favorite?
Um, I would say my third year, I played in a city called Rowan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I see
probably
that one. That's the one where you did the
that's the
22 and
22 and
11.
11. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Hang
probably my
on
favorite
right
year.
quick. Let me answer this and don't move. Don't move.
All right.
All right. So yeah, tell me about that season.
That season was that was fun. I got hurt right before the All-Star break, but up until that point, man, that season was great. I my coach, um, we had a French coach, but he loved Americans. And
Okay.
he basically he just said, I'm gonna let you guys go and do what you want. He basically kind of told us he did something that most coaches don't do. He told us what he expects us to average. So I
Really?
remember we were sitting down at I think it might have been like our first day of practice. I mean, we're all sitting down stretching. He walks over and he says, "Hey, I need you to average between 15 and 18 points. I need you to average 15 to 17 points." He gets to me, he said, "Taj, I want you to average from 18 to 20 something points." And I remember we just kind of looked at each other like, "Yo, is he serious?
Yeah.
Is he for real?" And man, we practiced and was letting. I mean, we was shooting. I mean, like there was no don't shoot, no looks or no nothing. Just like let it fly. He told me one time during practice, like I passed up an open three. And he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm running the play." He was like, "No, you shoot that." I said, "You ain't gonna tell me twice."
So I know that's right.
I'm letting that thing fly. Like,
So how many how many Americans were on your team, and do you remember all of them?
yes, I do. I
Okay.
do. That team I do. Um,
Okay.
a couple of which one actually lives here in Kansas City. He's
Okay.
not American, but he's here in Kansas City. Another guy, so it was Aaron Harper,
Okay.
Marcellus Somerville.
Somerville.
Yeah, he went to Bradley.
Okay. I think I've heard his name before.
Yeah. His son actually is signed with Rutgers this next year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so his son's real good. Him, Etienne Brower, who's from New York,
Okay.
myself, and am I missing one? One, two, three, and I think that's it. I think it was just us four. But it
Okay.
seemed like because everybody spoke English,
Okay. Yeah.
so it
That's
was like
that's
everybody spoke great English. So it wasn't like like I said, the language barrier wasn't there on that team. We was all laughing and joking about stuff. Like so, that team was great, man.
bro. That's amazing. That always helps.
Yeah.
So after after you leave from overseas and you come back, who
Mhm.
picks you up? I mean, who gives you another shot at the NBA?
All right, let's see if I remember. Let me go through this. So my next summer league was with the Lakers.
Tell us about that. I'm
Was with the
all ears.
Lakers.
Tell us about that.
Um, that was an experience. Like I, we had a lot. It's kind of not so much the same situation as Sacramento, but we had a lot of guys. Like so, as summer league is going on, like it's almost like we added like two or three guys. So I think we might have played summer league with damn near like 18 people.
Wow.
Yeah. But we had a lot of guys on that team, man. I remember it was Sherrod Ford played on the team with me. If you remember, to me, you guys might be, what I'm saying. I know Zach LaVine is like the guy I talk about, but James White is my guy. Like, I'm
James
sorry,
White.
that's the free throw line king. Like, you talk about jumping the free throw line and dunking, whatever you want to do. Jay White is my guy. Like, that's to me, he's the best to ever do it.
Okay.
But he played. Nick Cantor Medley was on that team as well, out of Maryland.
Okay. So this
Uh,
is your summer league, Lakers summer league team,
yeah, it's my Lakers summer league team. Joe Crawford was on the team.
okay.
Um, oh man, who else was it? Those three. Um, shit, I was a lot of other people, man, but those three stick out in my mind that was on the team. But that was, I mean, it was cool. Like I said, I enjoyed it, man. We got to play. I mean, how can you not love summer league, man? You get to play in front of NBA
Yeah.
scouts and other NBA players and Hall of Famers and just regular fans that want to be there and cheer. Like you can't pass that up, man. I loved it.
Right. So
I
did the
loved it.
general roster ever get to come see you guys play?
Uh, you, at the time, you know what? When we were trying out for the team, A few guys did show up to watch. I remember Rodney Turioff showed up to watch. He was there. I remember we had who was it? Craig Hodges was there, like helping us coach.
Craig Hodges.
Yeah, you remember, you know what I'm saying? So he was there. Who else was there? It's a couple, somebody else there, but like I said, man, it was support system was pretty good. It was
Good.
pretty good.
So, because I see the Clippers down here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Lakers situation a little bit more, or in general. Who was your favorite team growing up? Who was your favorite team?
I watched the Bulls growing up. Of course, you know, I watched Michael Jordan and all that, but I never had a favorite team. I've always been a guy that I enjoy watching certain players play. That's just kind of how I am with every sport. I don't really pick one team to watch. My reasoning is kind of, you know, like some people might think is whatever, but I feel like when you have one team that you only watch or is your favorite team, I feel like you kind of take away from enjoying games.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you got a super team, you watch a team play and they might do something that's really good. You might be, oh, that was a foul or that was traveling or you can't really enjoy the game for what it is. So I just, like I said, I enjoy watching certain players play and leave it at that.
I'll be honest with you. When I was growing up, my favorite team was the Globetrotters.
Really?
Was
the
my
Globetrotters?
favorite team. Yeah, that was my favorite team when I was a kid. The Globetrotters. Didn't get to
You
see
can't be mad
much.
at that, though. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, bro. So you didn't have a favorite team. Who was your favorite all-time player? Now let's see. You got to have one of those. You must have.
Man, I thought about this a lot. I came to terms with it. It's a lot of people on my list, but if I have to narrow it down to one person, man, I had to say my favorite player is Kevin Garnett.
I was gonna say you can't say LeBron because y'all the same age, man. So, yeah.
I mean, he's on my list. I love him. Yeah, like LeBron is dope, but I had to say my favorite player is probably Kevin Garnett.
KG,
yeah.
he's definitely a baller. They don't call him the big ticket for nothing, man.
Yeah.
So,
Tick is one of my guys, man. That's probably my favorite player for real.
Well, that's good, man. I like KG. So let's go to this Clippers situation, bro. Let's talk about the Clippers.
Let's talk about
it. And because I see you riled up for this one a little bit.
No, I'm just, I'm sitting back, just, I'm ready to answer the question.
I see you riled up a little bit about this one. Why didn't these guys, sign you to a contract as well? Why didn't these guys sign you to a contract?
I'm gonna give you the reason they gave me.
Okay.
They told me that everybody was already under contract and they couldn't sign nobody.
That is about the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard in my life, Taj. That is about the dumbest. Why bring
That's
you
what
in?
they told me, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they told me.
Yeah. So that reminds me of the Lakers. And I don't know if you remember when Rumeal Robinson and Glenn Rice and all of them played at Michigan, and he got drafted. I think the Lakers picked him up, and they told Rumeal Robinson that they don't have a jersey for him, but everybody has their name on their jersey. How do you not have a jersey for this guy? He's your point guard. So was it something similar to that to you?
No. I mean, I really can't say they were lying, and I don't want to say that anyway, but it's just, I just took it as, hey, they just didn't want me, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. I didn't really dwell too much into it. Like I said, I was upset. Of course, I wanted to make the team, but the business of basketball, and I just kind of left it at that.
Taj, you know good and damn well they could have signed you. You know good and damn well they could have signed you.
But you know what? That team, when I got there, that team was so stacked.
Tell me who was there.
That was a stacked team.
Yeah.
So just a few names that I remember that were there at the time: Baron Davis, Ricky Davis.
Oh wow.
Sebastian Telfair.
Wow.
Steve Novak.
Wow.
Craig Smith, Al Thornton, Marcus Camby, Chris Kaman, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Eric Gordon.
Okay, so stop right there. You named 6 or 7 of them that I know you were better than, and I don't mind saying it. I don't mind saying. I love Marcus Camby. Uh, Thornton was nice, but I think you were better. They were just stacked with. Seemed like they were just stacked with a lot of shooting guards to me.
They it was one of them situations where they put me at different positions. Like I remember they put me at the 4. I feel like I feel like they really wanted me. They were just trying to figure out where to place me. You know what I mean? Like we like
Okay,
Taj, and I know they have been trying to get me to play on that summer league team, or at least get me in vet camp for the last couple of years.
okay,
So I think they put me at the 3. Um, they put me at the 4. They tried me on the wing as a shooting guard. Like they trying to, but I think because I really do think because they had so many pieces that were already signed under contract, they really couldn't fit me in anywhere. Now, that's just me how I think, and maybe they could, but that's kind of the way it seemed, you know. And then we
yeah,
had, like I said, it was 2 other guys that were trying out with me. Um, Anthony Roberson that came out of Florida was
okay. Yeah,
there,
I remember
and then
Roberson.
Jarrell McNeil out of Marquette.
Okay, I
So it
have
was
to.
us 3 trying to make the team. And honestly, to be honest, they told me before I got there by my agent that the chances of me making the team were going to be very slim. But like I said, the road that I've always had has always been, you know what I'm saying, making the most out of whatever I get. So I said, well, hey, it's still a shot at the NBA. I'm still going to have that NBA player title. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to maximize however much opportunity they give me, you know. And so that's the kind of mindset I went there where I said, wherever they put me, you know, whoever they got me going against, whatever, I said, I'm gonna put in work. So I didn't worry about it. I just went in there and did my thing.
Man, you're too humble for words, bro. You're you're entirely too humble for words, and I appreciate you for that. So 2 and 2 wasn't adding up. That they already told your agent that
Yeah.
it was a slim possibility, but then they come and tell you there was too many people under contract. I mean, just
It,
my point is, Taj, why waste your time? That was a waste of my time. You know what I mean? You
I
you
don't
you,
I don't look at it like that.
you
I
don't.
look at it as an opportunity that I had, and that I'm grateful for, you know, and it was opportunity. Granted, it wasn't the greatest opportunity to make a team, but I had an opportunity that not a lot of people, that a very small percentage of people even get. You know, to say
Understood.
that you're an NBA player, to say that you were able to put on a jersey with your name on the back and play in a fraternity like the NBA, I can say that now.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Nobody can take that away from me. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, you can. You do have that to hang your hat on. So
Yeah,
that just scratched out my other question. I mean, you don't feel no ways about it. I mean, you were
no.
just happy to be in a fraternity, which is great because there's only 1% of us that can say that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
shouts out to you and kudos to you for all of that, bro.
Not feel you. Now with
Yeah,
that, I mean, of course, I wanted to make. Don't get twisted. I wanted to make the team. I was mad I didn't make the team.
of
Let's
course
not
you
forget,
should have
like,
been.
yeah. But again, like I said, like I left when I was there, I left my imprint for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did my thing, and people don't forget. You know what I'm saying? I built relationships when I'm there, and then if I go somewhere or travel and I see people, they still come up and give me my respect and give my just due. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, hey, man. From what we've seen, you're a dog. So,
Yeah, appreciate it.
yeah, bro. No, no, appreciate you. So we were jabbing with each other off camera about who is the greatest of all time, and tell
uh,
them how you look at the greatest of all time. Tell the fans how you looked at being the greatest of all
all
time.
right. I look at it like this. I judge it by era in which they played. I don't go by, I'm not mad now, mind you, I'm not gonna be mad if anybody says Michael Jordan is the greatest or LeBron or whoever, but for me personally, I go by era in which they played and the impact they had on the game at that time. So like I said, Jordan had his time of being the greatest, then, Kobe, LeBron, and so on and so forth. So I break it down like that, and I try not to really get into this, that, or the other, because it's been so much happened, and so many things have changed during the course of the game. It's evolved, and so like I just break it down into era in which they played.
So, spoken like a Jordan fan, but we digress. But
You will sneak that in there too. That's cool. It's cool.
so you don't have a fave five. You don't have a fave five. If you could build your fave five, Taj, who
Mm.
would it be? And I'll give you mine.
You okay? You go
I
first.
know how you
You go
feel about
first.
Kevin Garnett. So
Go ahead. Let me hear yours first. Let me go.
my fave five.
Yeah.
No, my gosh, bro. Look, let me start off by saying Eddie Jones is my favorite all-time basketball
Man,
player.
hold time out, man. You ain't gonna start this conversation saying Eddie Jones and think you gonna have a good five.
No,
You ain't gonna.
that's
I ain't gonna let
that,
you do that. You mean you gonna start off this conversation with your favorite five and say Eddie Jones?
listen at this dude. He's my. We're not gonna put him in it, but
Okay.
the
Okay.
top five. My top five ties would be Michael, Kobe, Bird, Shaq, and Magic.
Okay.
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 He said, "Why you calling my man Eddie Jones, man?"
I'm not. I like Eddie Jones is nice, but I'm saying like you talking about like the greatest five. Eddie Jones is
Oh,
not gonna be in my greatest five
no,
ever.
greatest five and fave five. I should have.
Okay, so your favorite five. Okay, I get it. That's your
Okay.
favorite five. I get it. Okay, so I ain't gonna say nothing about that. So
Okay.
my five would be at the one. I'm gonna have Magic.
Okay.
At the two, I'm gonna have Mike.
Okay.
At the three, I'm gonna have. At the three, I could put. The hard part is, see, this is the hard part because it's like, do you put Kobe there and keep Mike because it's the same player?
Yeah. You look at Mike playing. Look at Mike playing when he went to the Wizards. Didn't he play a little small forward?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do
Yeah.
you? I mean, so we're gonna skip the three. We're gonna put LeBron at the four.
Okay.
We're gonna
Okay.
put Shaq at the five.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that three spot. So I got Magic, Jordan, LeBron, and Shaq.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna throw a
Oh.
wrench. I'm gonna throw a wrench in there. I'm gonna go small ball with this one. I'm gonna put Steph out there
Okay. Okay. You play an old school Phoenix Suns small ball. Okay.
because I'm big. I just need a shooter.
Yeah, hey, bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. I personally wouldn't do it, but Steph is the greatest shooter of all time.
I can interchange. I just threw a little wrench in there just to what I'm saying,
Yeah,
because
yeah. So yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
get it.
saying. Like I ain't gotta go. You know what I'm saying. I can stop at half court and let it go.
I get it. I get it. So putting your starting five of all time at Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your starting five? You can put
Ooh.
yourself in there because I personally think you need to be in there.
Man, that's tough. All right. I'm gonna go Drew. No, hold on. Time out.
This is gonna be interesting. I got to hear this.
Oklahoma fans might be mad at me at this one
Well, let them
because
be.
I know who Oklahoma fans won't want me to say. But you know what? I'll take it back. No, I'm gonna put Drew Lavender at the one. My boy Drew,
Okay.
because the person I'm thinking about is not a point guard for real.
Okay.
At least he didn't play a point at Oklahoma. So I'm put Drew Lavender at the one. I'm gonna put Hollis Price at the two.
Okay.
Um, at the three. Dang, this is the hard one right here. That three spot tough for Oklahoma. Let me see who was there. Mm, oh man,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think who played the three when I was there.
this got to be tough.
I don't know the three spot at Oklahoma. I'm trying to see who was. He was a three, but I wouldn't put him up there. See, this is hard because the 3 and the 4 position is hard as hell because there's so many people at the 3 and the 4. The 4 spot. See, man, why you put? No, I'm not. No, I'm not including me in this. I'm not including me in this. I'm not doing this.
I mean, you got
Nah,
to.
no. I'm not including me in this because if I do this, people gonna be mad at me because they're like, "Why don't you say Blake?" So I'm gonna put Blake at the 4, and then 5-man. I'm gonna put. You know what? Scrap that whole thing. Scrap that. Scrap the whole thing. Scrap the whole thing because
Hey
I'm forgetting
man,
about people. So I'm gonna go. You got. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna put Stacey King at the 3, Blake at the 4, and at the 5. Who played the 5? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with my brother, man. I love him to death. I'm gonna go with Kevin Book out the 5.
that's who I think. That's who that was that I was talking about.
He not from Wichita though.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him. I think that was him. That the guy that we were referring to earlier. I think it was him.
Okay. Yeah, so that's starting 5. Andrew Lavender at the 1, Hollis at the 2, Stacey King at the 3, Blake Griffin at the 4. And yeah, I'd put Book out at the 5.
Okay, I think that's who I was talking about. That matter when you said book out, I was like, okay, that was it. I know it had
Yeah,
out at the end of it.
we gonna be athletic out here. We're gonna be tall and athletic out here.
So who are your three? Who are your three subs?
Oh man, my subs now. So um at the PG position, I'm gonna put probably Mookie Blaylock.
Okay,
At the 2, I'm gonna put my boy, my brother, man, Lawrence McKenzie at the 2.
okay.
At the 3, I'm gonna put Wayman Tisdale at the 3.
I was praying that you said that, bro. I was like,
I'm gonna put myself at the 4. Being humble, I'll put myself at the 4. I'll let Blake start.
you
And
let
then
Blaze.
yeah, I'm gonna let Blake start. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna come out the bench for him because
Hey, bro, I respect that.
you know what? Hey, hold on. Let me go back. So yeah, so I'm gonna put myself at the 4. At the 5, I don't even know. I don't know who played the 5 back then. But at the PG position, I'm tripping. Like let me stop at the PG position and the 2 position. Let me switch to PG and the 2. Cause
Okay,
I'm messed
let
up.
me hear
I'm
this.
tripping. It's late. I'm tripping. I'm tripping on this. Hey, let me go ahead and Hollis. You gonna have to take a back seat, bro. Nah, Hollis can't start. I'm sorry, Hollis, you my boy, but now you gotta start, bro. Cause I'm tripping. Cause I'm putting I'm putting Buddy at the 2.
Okay.
I'm putting Buddy at the 2, and then I think I'm gonna probably have to start. I'm gonna have to interchange probably Drew for Trey.
Okay. Okay. And you're just
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna
keep
have to
Blake in your
interchange
starting
Drew.
lineup.
So Drew, I can interchange Drew for Trey. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And then yeah, at the 5, I don't know. So it'd
Okay.
be Trey, Buddy, Wayman Tisdale, myself, and then I don't know who I put at the 5.
Well, anyway, that's bro. That was the toughest. I've asked a lot of people to put their 5 together, but bro, you thought about that one extremely hard. You thought about that one super hard, little bro. But let me
Yeah,
ask you this: if there, who was your toughest matchup in in college? Who's the toughest matchup you had to go against?
um, I probably have to say Marcus Aldridge.
Woo,
Yeah, Lamarcus.
woo.
Lamarcus is athletic. He's tall, long arms. He's hell on the offensive glass. He can catch. He has a nice touch around the glass. Like Marcus was tough.
Yeah, his shoulders in his position, and I watch
Yeah,
him. I'm a student of the game. His shoulders in his position and allow him to be a great rebounder.
yeah. I mean, in college, Marcus was tough. He was
God,
tough.
gosh Almighty,
He
bro.
was real tough.
So, and I'll let you get out of here. But so what was I going to ask you? If you could have played one team, who would have been from past or present? Who would it have been, and how dominant do you think you would have been in that game?
Past or present in college?
Yeah, in college.
I'll be honest with you. The team that I wanted to play, and I was told we were gonna play my junior year, but we didn't. I wanted to play that national championship team in North Carolina.
I knew you were gonna say that. My right-handed guy.
I
I
wanted
knew you were gonna
my
say that.
my my boys that me and David Noel are boys. I wanted David Noel, Rashad McCants, Jawad Williams, um, Raymond Felton. I wanted them. That's who I wanted. I wanted to play them so bad.
Bro, y'all, that would have been an excellent matchup, bro.
I
I
I
would have
wanted them
loved to
bad,
see that one.
and I want to play them in North Carolina too. I want to be in Chapel Hill. I
You want
wanted
to
that
play him in
smoke.
Chapel
I
Hill?
wanted that smoke. Yes, I wanted that smoke. Yeah, I wanted that smoke.
Man, bro, I'm so happy you came through tonight, man. And only favor we ask of you is, man, just send some of your other brothers over so we can get their story out, man. And
I will.
man, and just once again, man, you like the Secret Service, but we finally got you.
Oh man, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, we love you, bro, and we want to thank you for
Thank
everything you have done for the game of basketball. And tell my new niece if she needs some extra shoes, I got her back, man.
She needs some, man. So I'm gonna keep your word on that. She needs some
Hey,
bad.
hey,
So I'll
bro,
hit you up.
trust me, bro. You'll see. I'll come through.
My guy. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my good new little brother, Taj Gray. My co-host is once again battling something with his mother, and like we wishing him the best right now. And we'll uh, we'll keep doing this. Tomorrow we got a couple of we have a couple of more all-time greats that you may have forgotten or never heard of before. So we're also looking forward to doing that again. Uh, I think tomorrow's show is Maven Saunders, former tight end at Florida State, and I think he also played at Kansas or Kansas State. Um, we have him tomorrow, so you guys tune in. You'll never know who might show up. All right, all pro.